Okay, hello you beautiful people. Welcome back. I think it is actually now time to talk a bit more about Telcoin in details and see what is going on, given the fact that in a very short time, unfortunately, we are seeing some moves to the downside. However, I don't really believe that all the bearish signs that we talked about in the last video is right now confirmed. I think we do have still some things to do if we want to confirm that in TL, unfortunately, we are looking bearish. Now, first things first, let's actually talk about indicators and specifically what is going on in some higher time frames, and this is weekly chart. What is happening in a stock RSI? As you can see, unfortunately, we still have this sell signal, but pay attention to the fact that we are getting quite close to the oversold area. So hopefully soon, bears are going to run out of power. Right now, seems like they do actually have quite a good bit of power. And in MACD, yeah, we still have this buy signal, which is nice. But in an ideal scenario, we want to actually keep this buy signal and not necessarily get a sell. Now, if you are willing to ignore like the short-term price action, I actually believe we are having a very strong bullish sign in Telcoin overall, suggesting hopefully in the next coming weeks and months we are going to witness some good moves to the upside. That sign at the moment is not really confirmed yet, but we are certainly on our way to have that important sign. You see, what is going on the live chart? As you can see at the moment, we are having a low and the other one is clearly a lower low. And if I just do this, what do you have in MACD though? This is a low. The other one so far, again, not yet confirmed, so far is actually a lower low. Now, what needs to happen in order for us to be able to say, you know what, maybe this is actually a confirmed beautiful bullish divergence, suggesting yep, in weekly time frame, downsides are extremely limited and we can actually count on a rather good move on the upside. First things first, a bullish divergence suggests what? It actually suggests that momentum to the downside is running out, and guess what? A stochastic RSI also suggests very much the same. But again, it doesn't necessarily tell you that in like very short time, for example, maybe tomorrow or maybe in about a couple of days, we are going to get a pass. It is just telling you that the momentum is running out to the downside. And if you want to confirm this bullish divergence, you need to see two things. In case you see a confirmed sell signal in MACD, you need to at that point wait a little bit more and once again see a buy signal. When you see that buy and at the same time we are still going to maintain this thing as a higher low relative to this one, okay, great sign, the bullish divergence is confirmed. Now, if you are looking for some more short-term signs, then okay, may I suggest actually pay attention to what's going to happen to a stock RSI when we are going to get completely to about the oversold region. If we get also a buy signal in here, which I suspect if we're going to get it, we're actually going to get one before we get a buy signal, a confirmed one in MACD. So if we get a buy signal in this area, great sign. I'm gonna say probably our bullish divergence is confirmed, and at that point, fair enough, we can expect some good moves to the upside. So right now we are starting to make a bit of a bullish divergence. However, at the moment, nope, it's not really confirmed yet. What is going on in daily time frame? Okay, this isn't really ideal because now we are having confirmed sell signals in MACD and a stock RSI at the same time, indication of maybe a continuation of our move to the downside a little bit. Now, what's happening in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning supports and resistances, and as you can see, we talked about this yellow region so many times between, let's say, 0.188 to about 0.222 of a cent. Now, why is this important? Because this is actually a cluster of supports from weekly and daily time frame at the same time, and you might say, well, okay, this is definitely broken, right? Wrong. You see, I just told you earlier, this is from weekly and daily time frame. Meaning what? If you want to argue that this level is broken in TL, you need to go on weekly chart, see an initial move under here, and by that specifically I'm talking about maybe like a candle close and then have a pullback followed by a continuation of this face down. And the moments that in here we take this important slope, fair enough, this level is confirmed as a broken support, and from that point moving forward, it's actually going to act as a bit of a resistance. So do we have that set up in TL or not? As you can see, right now we don't even have a candle close yet, so I think this is still not confirmed as a broken support, and it could very well still act as one and maybe From here, we are going to get a bounce, and maybe even in the current candlestick, we are going to go up, which in that case, well, okay, this is just going to be a shadow. And if you are going to go on some lower time frames, that could be just a simple fake out, no problem at all. So in Telcoin, the fact that right now we are under this level is certainly not an optimistic sign, but it's not necessarily a really bearish sign. Now, also, in terms of classic TA, I think we are actually approaching in TL to a very important area of support between, let's say, 0.147 to about 0.161 of a cent. And this is actually a combination of two supports. One is around the higher band of this thing, about 0.16, and the other one is about the lower band of it, around, let's say, 0.146. Now, it's very important to note that these aren't really from weekly time frame. No, all of them are actually from daily chart, and God forbid if you are going to get a break of this cluster as well, at that point you are looking at this area right in here as your next target, about 0.12 of a cent. And if you're going to get a break of that one as well, I'm gonna say probably, you're not gonna like hearing it, but probably the next target in TL is going to be the lowest low down here, about 0.88 of a cent. And I think at that point we're gonna go lower and just clear all the lows in here, meaning what? The bullish scenario that right now we are allowed to consider may not necessarily end up playing out. I mean, do not get me wrong. Overall, I'm actually extremely bullish in Telcoin, because what do you have in this area? You see, you could consider different possibilities, but all of them, I'm gonna say, are pretty much bullish. For example, you could say this is 1, this is 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, and overall this is going to be a correction structure to the downside in TL. And even if you want to say, you know what, we're just headed lower in order to take the loss, fair enough. Even at that point, who knows, maybe we're just gonna have like an A, B, C zigzag. So essentially, what do you have? 5 wave up, correction down. Guess what? This is actually a bullish setup in the long term, suggesting after our move is over, we're gonna have a great move up in order to take the highest high in here, about, let's say, 6.4 cents. And I'm really hoping that we're going to go quite a bit higher than that. And you might say, well, okay, is having such a move possible? I'm going to say yes, specifically in projects that are having solid fundamentals. And in case of TL, well, okay, in case you haven't done your due diligence, I would highly suggest to do your research yourself completely and come up with your own conclusion. And then if you think that Telcoin is actually a great project with a solid future ahead, then okay, feel free to come back to videos, and at that point you're gonna understand why am I talking about such insane numbers in TL. Okay, Telcoin is a crypto bank in Nebraska. They are a legit business, and they are actually making money, unlike a lot of other projects. So when it comes to fundamentals of Telcoin, I am extremely bullish. But when it comes to technicals and specifically the short-term price action, okay, fair enough, maybe that's going to be a bit of a different story. Now, my final point, what is going on in terms of Elliott Waves? You see, the last time that we talked about TL, excuse me, what just happened? We were right around this area, and the idea was that maybe we're gonna have like a bounce, but then another move down, and then hopefully we are going to have a bigger move to the upside in order to confirm this whole situation as just a simple fake out. So far, we did have a continuation, we did have a bounce, we got another move to the downside, but right now, again, it seems like that we don't really want to get the bigger bounce. I'm gonna say probably yes, maybe we need to go just a bit lower in order to get to about this region, maybe like another 5% more move to the downside. And at that point, I'm really hoping that this is going to be it, the end of at least this whole phase down from the highest high around 0.3 of a cent. And then we can get a very good bounce, since even if you want to be pessimistic in TL, you could still at that point argue that maybe this is wave 1, correction for 2, and then another move down into wave 3, 4, 5. And what happens after a 5 wave to the downside? You know it. One way or the other, bullish or bearish, we are going to have a move up hence why I still want to say that a move on the upside in TL is coming. It's just the fact that I didn't actually expect this much of a strong move to the downside. You know what? It's not honestly that much of a deal breaker from my point of view, and since I am a long-term and fair value investor in TL, okay, these types of dips, at least from my POV, are just gonna be insanely nice buying opportunities in order to get my average purchase as low as possible. I mean, look, right now we are around the same level that we were in TL all the way around these areas on October of 2024. And you answer me this: are we right here right now in a better position relative to this time period? If you have done your due diligence, you know for a fact that the answer to that question is 100% yes. So we are having the same price but with much better fundamentals. Isn't that really the definition of a buying opportunity? I don't know about you guys. From my POV, the answer is a solid yes. Hence why overall I'm not really worried. But having said that, in like very short term, at the same time, I do expect maybe somewhat downward price action. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in TL. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.